Hello, welcome everybody. This is Who's Up with Andy with Big Hoss and Ryan. Hi Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
That's good. Do you want to tell everybody what we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, I guess. I guess I should introduce myself if I'm known at all, and I wouldn't say I am. But if anyone knows who I am at all, it's probably because I've done I think seven of Sean C. Phillips movies,
Okay.
and I've also directed an installment of an anthology horror movie that SRS Cinema put out. It hasn't hit Tubi yet, so that keep an eye out. But right now, the people that got the Blu-ray are the only ones who can see it. That's called Amityverse Infinity. My segment is called Amityville Toothache. It's a whole Amityville themed anthology horror movie.
Right.
And I guess if anyone else knows me from anything like years ago, a long time ago, I used to do a web series devoted to horror movies where I would talk about, like, I'd recommend horror movies for your Halloween movie night. That was the whole concept.
Okay. Okay.
So some people know me from that. But yeah, my name is Ryan Stockstad, and I love horror movies.
I do too. What's your favorite horror movie that you have that you personally have been in or filmed or written?
Maybe Pan Man. That's pretty fucking funny. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's you feel like you're gonna watch something really stupid and bad, and then you pop it on, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, it's actually kind of funny. It's pretty good. Pan Man's really good. I'm barely in it. I have a glorified extra sort of scene in it, but it's kind of a memorable moment where at a funeral, all the people of the funeral are. It's a culinary school, and so they've baked a cake. So everyone's eating cake at the funeral, and partway through, they reveal that they've baked the ashes of the deceased into the cake, and everyone starts puking on camera. It was fun.
Oh, that seems awesome.
That's
I'm not a
awesome.
throw person, but it does sound awesome though.
It's genuinely, like, I can wholeheartedly recommend it. It's a genuinely really entertaining, low budget indie comedy, horror comedy.
Okay. So we do have another person that is going to be joining in the next couple of minutes. Her name is Danielle.
All right.
She is also a newbie to the horror industry. I believe she was an actress, right, Hans? Yes, an actress
Yeah.
to the horror film movies. She is a newbie. She is new to our team. We're gonna have her come on here and ask some questions as well. Big Hoss is gonna ask some questions. I'll ask a couple. I'm gonna be here and there for them to so that they can get some time to talk. Hoss, do you have anything you want to ask?
Yeah. How did you get into directing?
So I've always been more interested in, like, writing and directing and that sort of thing, behind the camera stuff, going way back to when I was a kid. So I went to film school. I studied filmmaking and screenwriting and all that in the 90s, which was kind of a bad time to study that stuff because everything kind of went digital right after. So I learned on film, and all of that was obsolete right away. But I live in LA. I came out to LA in 1999 and to kind of pursue screenwriting and stuff. And like a lot of people, you find your sort of family, you find your pack, and then somebody has an idea and someone's making a movie. And so that's what it was for me. Eventually, somebody I knew was making a movie, and I realized he's going to make this movie whether he has help or not. So he may as well have help. So I dove in and produced that for him, helped produce it. And of course, it's low budget, so I'm wearing every single hat you can imagine in that movie. And that was the start of it. That was a little comedy called My Grapefruit, My Father. which is about a guy who dies and becomes a grapefruit.
I
And it's
love grapefruit.
yeah, you can watch that on YouTube. And anyway, that was sort of the start of it. And then I guess I directed my first. It's kind of like a long short or a short feature. It's like 45 minutes or something. I directed that movie. That was like kind of a PG rated sex comedy, basically. And it's called Party Foul.
Tell us more about it.
Yes,
Well,
tell us more.
That one is nobody's really seen it. It's not available anywhere, but really I should try to get it put out at this point because it is kind of funny. But yeah, that was my first thing, and that I guess I directed that. I was sort of a director for hire, like the guy who wrote the script and was starring in it. His director backed out with like a week to go, and I said, "Oh, I'll do it." It's never a good idea to jump into a project that's like a week away from production, but I did.
Right, that's never a good idea. But
No.
if you can, you can.
But
I'm always jumping on last minute to things, so
yeah,
hey,
that's the
we
thing.
gotta
Is
do what we gotta do.
I basically try to say yes to everything. You know, when it comes to movie stuff, it's like the older I get, the more discerning I've gotten. But at the same time, like I don't really shy away from those opportunities. So I got the opportunity to direct it, and I said yes, and that was the start of directing. And since then, I've done I don't know, probably 10 or 15 short films, something like that.
Okay. Danielle,
I
do you have
started
any
doing.
questions you want to ask? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Have a nice evening.
Danielle, did you want to ask anything?
Yes. I've only been in two short films, and I would like to explore more.
Yeah.
I'm doing a big project right now. I'm writing, and so what's it like inside the industry? I want to know more about it.
I mean, I don't know how inside I really am. I have worked on studio things, but it's always like the lowest person on the totem pole, like a PA or something like that, or as an extra or something. I do recommend that to people, especially like actors who are looking to get, or just anybody really. If you're interested in getting into films, if you happen to be in an area where there's production, whether it's LA or Georgia or Canada, like wherever there's production, get on sets and just.
I'm in Georgia. I'm only an hour away from Atlanta, so.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because there's so much production there. So, yeah, if you can get in, even if it's not the thing you really want to do. Like I've been as an extra. I've been on sets where I was able to just kind of hover and stand behind directors, village and just watch them work. And as long as they're not kicking you out and saying, "Get the hell out of here, kid," and for the most part, that's as long as you're cool and you're not being, you're not in the way. I find that you can do that kind of thing on set. And anyway, and then also you meet people, and it just snowballs from there. You start to network, and the next thing you know, somebody's making a movie, and you're working on a movie. So, I like I said, I don't know that a lot of the stuff I've done is all of the stuff I've had really creative input on was indie, very, very indie.
Are you working on anything right now?
So, yes, but it's pre-production stuff. So there's not a ton I can say about it. I can say this: I've got 3 projects in the pipeline. One that I'm supposed to act in, and I'll be also involved as a producer. One I'm writing the script, and one for me to direct. And literally, I've been taking meetings with, the people for all of those projects at once. So I've been just telling everyone up front, whichever one seems to be ready first, that's the one that's going to be next. And the idea is hopefully one of those I'll be able to go into production early next year and, have a feature sometime next year or the year after, earlier than the year after, depending on how long it takes.
If you ever need an extra, just
Yeah. No, I got your friend request, so
Yep.
yeah, we're we're connected now.
Okay, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
What is your favorite extra that you've done?
Oh, like as an extra favorite? Well, so sometimes you show up on set and you're there to do one thing and you get upgraded, and that happened to me a couple, well, God, I guess now that I think about it, I guess like 5-6 years ago now, I was on 911 Lone Star just to be an extra, and they had a scripted part where there were no lines for the actor, but they needed somebody to play one of the character's fathers, basically. And so they said, hey, we need guys of a certain age range, line up if you're interested. They didn't tell us what it was, And again, I always say yes. I try to, like, if there's an opportunity, I go for it, So especially when you're on set, when like magic can happen, like things happen on set, crazy stuff happens on set all the time. I've had friends of mine who, literally got pulled into major movies with like seventh build, big parts in the movies just because they were in the right place on set. So anyway, I said, and they picked me, whatever. I guess I looked like the kid that I was going to play the father for. They brought me over to wardrobe, changed up my wardrobe, and it was great. It turned into like 2 days of work. I got a SAG voucher off of it, and it was like seriously featured like an actual character, like a scripted character, just no lines, They had me screaming and stuff. They had me mic'd. The scene was involving like a bull that escapes and like attacks a crowd of people, and me and the kid are like in a car. The car gets hit by the bull. So that was pretty awesome.
That's one of my favorite shows.
Oh yeah, this was supposed to be I think the first episode, and they bumped it, and it became like the fourth episode. But it was I believe it was the first one that they had shot, and we filmed our scene, and then they realized they wanted to rework something, so they called us back, and they bumped the episode order. I don't remember the exact order, but it went from like the first episode to like the fourth episode, or the second episode to the fifth episode, or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah,
so
the first
when you're
season,
working as extra, and like the pay rate, is it like a steady pay or is it like hourly? Like, what's the pay like?
Yeah, well, it's been a while. The industry's kind of been. We can get into it, but like it's a long conversation of why the film industry is like really rocky right now in LA. But I haven't been doing regular background work. Like the last time I did background work a few years ago, they kept calling or texting me to say, hey, are you available? I call it an availability request. And I would always say yes. And then I just would never get booked. They'd always book other people, and it just never went to me. And they finally booked me on something. And that was like 2 or 3 years ago now. And so I don't exactly remember, is my point, what the pay scale is exactly. But the way it breaks down is like a certain number for 8 is what they call it. So like, I think it's like $156 for 8 hours of work, something like that. And in most cases, it's actually 10 hours or more, but you're guaranteed your 156 or whatever it is, whether it's 8 hours or 2 hours. And in fact, I have shown up on sets where I got there and went through the line to check in, and they said, here's your voucher, sign it right away, which normally you don't do. You normally sign it at the end of the day. Well, they don't even do vouchers in person anymore. Now it's all digital, but back in the day. And I signed it, and then they took it and they tore it and they signed it and they handed it back to me and they said, "You're free to go. You'll get your 8 hours of work today." So I got paid for
Oh,
literally
wow.
nothing. So
Yeah, no, I
but,
got a couple of I keep getting these like profiles sent to me for the new Superman, um, Marshall,
Yeah, me
and
too.
a couple of other one. They keep wanting me to come on, but I'd be so afraid that it's like a scam, and I don't
yeah.
want to don't want to, but I was told to try it. But every time I do it, it goes from being one thing to another
Mm.
thing. And then when
Yep.
you're on the Zoom call, you're in a group with a whole bunch of people, which is fine with me. And then they want you to pay
Oh
to
yeah.
work for them. And it's like,
Right.
I'm not paying you to
Yeah, that's
do my
always the
profile. I already have a profile. I
yeah.
don't do acting, but I did modeling, so I already have a profile for it. So when it happens, I'm like, I really don't trust it. Like I do want to
Yeah.
give it a go because those are my favorite shows, you know what I'm saying? And there's like 5
Right.
or 6 different shows, but it's like, do I do it and see where it goes, or do I just let the text message sit there and I could have ruined an opportunity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
get those texts too, and they also wanted me to pay over $1,000, and I'm like,
Yeah, they want me to pay 150. I mean, 150 isn't that bad, but it's bad when you're a single mom barely making
yeah.
it. So it's
Well, and
like,
there should
I got
you
other things
shouldn't
to do
have
with my
to
150.
you shouldn't have to pay anything to do background work. I mean, the trouble is like in LA, ostensibly where there's a lot of production, that you find out who is casting extras. So there's like Central Casting or Sandy Lisi. There's a bunch of different casting agencies, and you go and you sign up with them. So you do have to sign up, register with them, and they do charge a certain amount up front, but it's very little, and it's a processing thing for them taking your picture and whatever. And even that, I think they're not really supposed to do anymore. I think they got sued, but bottom line is like once you're registered, then they just call you and let you know when they've got work. Now I don't exactly know how it works in other cities. Like, of course, Hollywood goes on production to other towns, right? Like they'll be
Mhm.
in Iowa or whatever, and so maybe there is legit stuff that way where it's like they're looking for extras, and but it shouldn't be $1,000 to sign up. That's crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
just want me, like, they give me the profile and they'll be like, well, we want you to come out to LA.
Mm.
We'll pay your ticket to LA. We'll give you room and board. And I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
know about that.
it sounds like a scam. I would definitely do your research on anything like that comes your way and just assume the
Yeah.
worst.
Well, I'm coming
But
out to California, to San Fran, August 21st to the 23rd with Justin. And if I have an opportunity somewhere along that line, it'll be then, because that's the only time you're going to get me to come to California.
kitty.
right. But yeah, as far as background, I used to do it like as my full-time job, but it was so long ago, like 2001 through 2004, all I did was background work to pay my bills. And I probably worked like 3 to 5 days a week. Maybe not. Maybe there's some weeks when I didn't work at all. But back then it was like $80 for 8 hours of work, like 76 or something like that. And you were always excited if you got a couple hours of, like, you had a long day and you got a couple hours of overtime. But of course they feed you on set. And like I said, it's magical. Being on set's great. I mean, I loved it. I got to work on Spider-Man and be one of the high school kids in Spider-Man and briefly
Awesome.
meet.
Wow, that's pretty
Sam
cool.
Raimi.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And
have to go back and watch it now. You gotta tell me what one so I can go
you
look.
literally can't even see me. I mean, I was there all day. It was a 16-hour day. The food, it was in the cafeteria scene. The food was rotting. It was so under the lights. It was so disgusting. It smelled so foul in there by the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I mean, Sam Raimi, of course, he has like a really wonderful reputation.
Was it
And
the Toby one?
Yeah, that first one
Yeah.
with Tobey Maguire, right? What was that? 2003 or 2002 or I think it
Somewhere
was
around there.
2001 or 2002 because it was. I remember there was some controversy with the World Trade Center on the poster or something like that, and they took it off at the last second. So yeah, but anyway, at the end of the day, he walked down the line and shook everyone's hand, which people don't do that. Like he doesn't need to do that, but
Right.
he was so cool. He wanted to thank everybody personally for a long day, and I don't know. That's an experience you can't. It was great. It was wonderful.
Right.
And
Haas, do you have
unfortunately, you
anything
can't even
else to
see me in the
ask?
movie. Like I'm there. Can you see my leg?
I'm gonna try to find you.
I literally, you can't see. I've looked. I'll tell you what you can see me in. Like throw a rock and you'll hit me. Is not another teen movie. I worked so many days on that movie that I'm in like almost every scene where there's extras. In
Can you
fact,
tell us more about? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about an Amity horror? The Amity Tooth one you were doing?
Yeah, Amityville Toothache. Yeah, that's definitely the newest project, which I want everyone to go watch.
I'm gonna watch it. I told you.
Yeah, I love the Amityvilles. I'm a big horror fanatic, so
Definitely, you're the audience. I mean, the people who, kind of know. It's tongue in cheek. It's silly. It's like you're not going in there expecting it to be great movie, but it's fun. So what it is I don't know if you guys know SRS Cinema very well, but
I
that's
do.
okay. So yeah, it's a distributor, but they also produce stuff, and they distribute a lot of stuff, like 3 or 4 movies a week. Sometimes, I mean, they're really prolific with what they distribute. And they distribute a lot of like shot on video stuff, and they released some Amityville titles that did pretty well for them, like Amityville Karen and a couple other Amityville Bigfoot. I think was through them. I think that did okay. And they, yeah, but they got to the point where it seemed like they were just constantly releasing Amityville movies, like Amityville Ripper, and it was just like every other movie that came out was
Yeah, it was a whole
Amityville.
bunch of them.
Yeah. And so Ron, the guy who runs it, said, "That's it, no more Amityville." And then people got mad and said, "But I got an Amityville movie I want to make." So he said, "Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to put out an anthology horror movie. This will be it. This is it. No more Amityville. We'll do one last gasp Amityville. We'll call it Amityverse." And he got so many people signing up to do the movie that he said, "Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to split it into 2 movies." And then that eventually became 3 movies. So the Amityverse collection is 3 movies right now, and mine is in the second one, which is really confusing to tell people, like, please go watch my movie, and then it's like, how do I see it? And it's like, well, it's called Amityverse Infinity. It's the second one. So here's what's easy. Here's what you guys can all remember right now. If you look at the posters or the Blu-ray covers or any of that stuff online, like on Letterboxd or anything like that, mine is the purple cover. So the first one, Amityverse, is like a red cover. The second one, Amityverse Infinity, is a purple cover. And then there's a blue cover, or like a silver blue cover, and that's Amityville.
Yeah.
Amityverse something else. I forget.
So I seen you sent a lot of pictures.
Justin said to send some pictures, and then I started sending pictures, and I realized you maybe don't even need all these pictures. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, it was good for the show.
Yeah, please.
But are you able to tell us about any of them photos? Like, I noticed you were signing, I believe it looked like posters in one of them. What movie was that for?
That's the last movie I acted in earlier this year. It's called Lost Media. It's it's another Sean C. Phillips movie.
Okay.
And I play, it's my biggest part so far. when I got the script, I think I had like 3 lines spread out, or maybe 5 lines spread out over like 2 or 3 scenes.
Really?
And that turned into, I don't know, like, I don't even know. I just was working all day long. The way Sean makes movies, there's a lot of improv.
Right.
So if you're an actor and you're looking to get better at that, get your ass onto a Sean C. Phillips movie, because there's a lot of like roll with it and stay in character and improv. And there's a lot of like, he'll come up with an idea on set and just be like, hey, let's get Ryan over here. Let's do a scene with Ryan and this actor. Let's just do a thing.
Right.
So
That'd be
my
awesome
part
as
just
well.
exploded. But I play a like an escaped mental patient who is forced to act in a movie by another escaped mental patient, and it was absurd. They first of all, my character's getting drunk throughout the entire scene, so I'm having to play a little bit, drunk, and then they said right in like the first take, they were like, hey, you guys are all supposed to be mental patients. Don't be afraid to like rub a little crazy on it, give us a tick or a stutter. And so the next thing you know, I'm like, doing that kind of stuff, and I'm drunk and I'm like, ticking out left and right. It was bonkers. It was really intense.
Well, I
It's
want to
more
say, like,
fun.
if me
It
and
was
Justin come out there, we should all link up and at least get a coffee and just like go over everything in person. Because when I tell you, I enjoyed your company the last time when we just did the meet and greet. I still enjoy your company. You're
Yeah.
like a really good horror person, and I love the anime, or not the anime.
Amityville. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of tired here, but hey, I'm here. But
Yeah. What time is it where
I
you are right
definitely
now?
feel.
You guys are later than me, right?
Did you meet? Yeah, we're 10:53 now. Did you meet Lauren
Francisco.
Francesca?
Lauren Francesco, yeah, she played. She was the lead on Amityville Karen, which was the first movie I did for Sean. And I met her. I had a whole scene with her. She kills me in the movie. It's a little confusing as to how she kills me because it happens off screen. So when you watch the movie, it looks like she eats me. It looks like she's got blood on her face and like I'm just dead in a bathtub. So. But yeah, she directed me in 2 movies because she and Sean co-directed a couple.
That's awesome.
So she directed me in a movie called Mistletoe Massacre that hasn't come out yet. It's supposed to come out soon though.
Water.
So.
Just drink water, okay? Okay.
And that was fun. I don't know if that will how it's going to edit together because that one.
Sam Crow said he followed her for a while, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I liked her a lot. I got along with her really well. She's really sweet. And she doesn't live that far from me. We shot at her house for Mistletoe Massacre. So
was her house big?
Yeah. It's
I'm jealous.
I know. Yeah, I know. She's got a nice place, nice pool in the backyard, and nice neighborhood. Yeah.
Y'all just like get together and have a pool party,
right? But yeah, the thing I remember about Mistletoe Massacre, it's obviously a Christmas horror movie, a Christmas slasher.
It's kind of like that movie Thanksgiving.
What's that?
Is it kind of like that movie called Thanksgiving? Kind of.
Oh yeah, it might be a little bit like that. I only kind of have an idea from what little I saw of it, which was really chaotic because they didn't have a script. They were intentionally trying to experiment with just all improv, just completely improv. But they dropped like 50 actors together in the backyard, and it was crazy. It was just there's the poster. Yeah. And I've since heard Sean talk about it on a commentary track on one of his other movies and saying never again. I'm never doing all improv again. So I don't know how that's going to cut together, but I do remember that I had a scene with Tom Sizemore in that movie, rest in peace. And I hope it's in the movie, but I have no idea. I have no idea how it's going to, like, who knows whatever we did, what's going to be on screen. Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
It sounds like a whole lot of fun, and it sounds like something that I would be interested in. So
Yeah, Sean does a lot of like crowdfunding where people can like pay to get in his movies, and I don't really love that. I mean, it's not. It's kind of an ugly side of doing this, but I have to grudgingly sort of say that at least he does get the movies made and gets them out there, and they are good experiences to work on his movies. So if someone wants practice and wants to get on set, is willing to like, spend whatever the money that he is asking for, at least I can say, the movie will get made.
Right.
Some people complain that a lot of his movies haven't come out yet, but like he doesn't do the editing. He directs it and then he moves on and lets somebody else do the post.
A lot of people don't realize how much it takes to make a movie.
Oh yeah.
And how much editing has to be done prior to the movie being released. And a lot of people be like, oh, well, they should already came out with it. Why so many only episodes of this show? Well, first off, it does take time and it is time consuming. You have to do take after take after take. And it's not just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I mean, there is good days where they have everything in one shot, but it's not every single day. And every different scene you see is a different day 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, just with Amityville Toothache, which is, it's just my short segment of the Amityverse movie. It was 2 days of shooting. The whole movie is only like 5 or 6 minutes. And I'm trying to remember from our first production meeting where we were just bouncing ideas around, trying to figure out what movie we were going to do, until finishing the movie, locking it down, was almost a full year just for a 5-minute movie, and a huge chunk of that was post-production.
That, like we were saying, production and everything is very time consuming, and it's very hard. It's not easy, and I'm not in the movie scene. I'm more in the music scene. But even then, working on a CD, it's still time consuming. So it goes hand in hand with both. It's time consuming, and you're never going to get it within a small time frame.
Especially when you're talking indie movies. If you have a huge budget, you can just throw money at all your problems and just, hire the best people to work around the clock and whatever. It's like, get the best equipment. But if it's an indie movie, while I'm editing Amityville Toothache, I have to work around my editor's schedule, and I don't have the money to pay him for every single. This is all being paid out of pocket. It's not like SRS Cinema gave me $8,000 to make the movie, which is what it ended up basically costing me. And so it's like, if the editor's only available 10 p.m. for 2 hours on a Thursday night, and I don't know when I'm going to see him again, it just takes however long it takes to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I think the thing with people that complain online, there's a lot of people who complain about Sean C. Phillips online, and I gotta say, I like the guy. I'm a defender. I think his heart's in the right place, and I think he's a sweet guy. I don't think he's out there trying to fuck people over.
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but by the looks of it, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like he's a decent guy. He's trying to do what he can with what he can.
Yeah.
And everybody's going at him like, rawr. And it's like, don't be so, narcissistic.
The other thing I'll say is he makes the movies he likes. And so if someone else doesn't like, that's fair. If you want to say, oh, I hate his movies, I don't like his movies. Well, that's your opinion. That's fair, But he likes his movies, and he makes the movies he likes to make. And I gotta give him props. And as an actor working on his stuff, your job is always to make the director happy. Your job as an actor is always to deliver the performance that your director wants you to do. So, when I show up on his sets, I treat them like I'm on a John Waters movie or something because like they're crazy. like I drank urine, not real urine, but like fake urine in
Yeah.
one movie.
Lemonade.
Right. I don't know what it was, to be honest. It was dyed. Didn't taste great. I did that in a scene, and I've done ridiculous. I'm like sexually harassing a pregnant woman in a bikini in one scene, and it's like stuff that I would never do, right,
How
in real life.
dare you?
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, what am I doing? Sniffing panties, I think, in that scene too.
Oh my goodness!
That is
At least
crazy.
the panties smell good, and were they clean?
I provided my own. I bought them at Target the day before the shoot.
Good. At least they were clean.
Were they edible? No, I'm kidding.
No, they weren't. They weren't. But I remember, it's like, I don't know, you just kind of go for it. I just look at it as like, if I'm gonna like be embarrassed by anything I do in one of his movies, then I just shouldn't do his movies, because
Right.
he's gonna ask me to do crazy stuff, and my thinking is, do it. Just do it. Like, he's making outlandish, ridiculous movies. The people that like it are gonna enjoy it. The people that don't, what do I care? What do I care if someone?
I mean, there's going to be haters anywhere you go.
Yeah.
With any movie they watch, so they're going to nitpick at everything because that's just what they do.
Yeah,
For
they're
sure.
the movie Karens. That's what we're gonna call them. Movie Karens.
Yeah.
Karens and Kens. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Nobody's forcing you. Nobody's putting a G to your head and saying,
Right.
watch this now. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Most
So
people that are
it's
stumbling
their
over,
prerogative.
yeah, most people that are stumbling over his movies on Tubi or something, you kind of know if you're clicking on Amityville Bigfoot, and it's like, you kind of know that you're in for something ridiculous,
Right.
So I don't know. If you're not on board 5 minutes in, turn it off. There's another movie on Tubi that you can watch.
Right?
Tubi has so many great movies. I've watched almost everything on Tubi, besides the new ones in the past couple of months, because I've been on my Netflix thing.
I-
Tubi,
And Disney and Hulu.
Netflix, Hulu, HBO
Yes.
Max. I mean, watch something that you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you don't want to watch, a Pacific thing, there's always something somewhere else, and it's the person's taste. If you have a taste for it, then go for it. If you don't, get the hell off of it. There's no
Yeah.
reason for you to be on it. Don't be judgmental because your friend Billy Bob said, "Hey, go watch this and tell me what you feel about it." No, if you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, then don't. You gotta have a taste for it, and if you don't have a taste for it, then don't watch it. Don't waste the person's time watching their show just to give them criticism.
Have you guys by any chance seen I think the movies that Sean made that have been seen the most are either Desert Fiends, which he's made a sequel to, which is coming out soon. Amityville Karen, and I think Amityville Bigfoot. I think those are the three that have the most eyeballs on them. Have any of you seen any of those by any
I
chance?
have not. I've
haven't
been working
per
a lot.
se.
I could have got my license back. That's like.
What's that?
Pause, mute yourself.
Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
I haven't per se, but I really want to. After meeting you, I really do want to just go and be like, what's it about? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, well, I mean, crude, juvenile, dumb. It's all that stuff. It's okay if you hate it. I'll tell you right now. I don't expect.
Listen, I'm not a criticizer when it comes to movies. If I'm gonna watch it, I'll watch it. If I don't like it when the first 20 minutes, I'll
Yeah.
turn it off, or I'll fall
Yeah.
asleep to it. I
Yep.
fall
Yeah.
asleep watching cartoons. So if I fall asleep during cartoons, 9 times out of 10, it really has to be something that's got me paying attention to it. But again, I don't really watch TV. I watch my phone, or I'm listening to music.
Sure,
So I'm more into the music scene than the movie scene.
sure.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you,
Yeah.
Justin.
And I mean, look at these posters. I mean, come on. It's like,
The
they're-
Karen one looks awesome. I'm not even gonna hold you. The Karen one looks awesome, and I like Bigfoot. So
Yeah, me
Bigfoot
too.
might be my movie.
Yeah,
Karen, I like talking about Karens because I see them all the time.
So in the trajectory of Sean's movies, he was learning. He learned on the job. You know, he made lots of mistakes on his early films, and so there's there's me and Lauren Francesca, Karen.
Yes,
What's up?
she's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's gorgeous and very friendly. I got along with her. So, but Sean's movies get better the more he makes, the more he's made, the better they've become. He gets better crews. His budgets have gone up. He puts a lot of like name B movie actors in there. Like some of his movies have like 15 names. It's crazy. The cast is just stacked. And yeah, it's the kind of thing where the actor shows up for 1 day or 2 days of work, and they're not like a huge part, but he definitely puts his money on the screen.
Yeah, I think the more that he does, the better that he gets, because you got to practice. The more you practice, the better you'll get. So
100%.
Like driving for your first time. When you get your
exactly.
permit, you practice makes perfect. The more
Yep.
you go, the better you are. Well, some
I mean,
people.
first you're gonna suck, and then you're gonna get better and better.
Yeah, and I really think like Amityville Karen is really rough, but it's still funny. Like the concept is there, and Lauren's performance is there. But by the time he made like Lost Media, the one that I shot earlier this year, I mean, I think he's got something with that. I think people that are dismissive of the first movie will be surprised when they get to his later stuff, just how much better a filmmaker he's becoming. It's been interesting to be on the inside of that and watch. Yeah.
Media.
Yeah, that right there, I'm definitely into that. That picture itself, I'm into it.
Yeah,
The-
I know. It's
I
cool.
like the take.
Yes, that's what I was
The
talking about. That
beaches.
picture right there.
I was playing a kind of like a prom chaperone, but it was like a crazy person who's playing a prom chaperone in a movie. Is what it was. So, yeah, very, very uptight, buttoned up, almost like a crew cut, zipped up jacket, and yeah. And the more drunk I got, the more loose I got. By the end, I'm literally like riding a mechanical bull in a bar, but it's not a bull, it's a giant penis. I'm not exaggerating. That's
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. And drinking urine. That was the one where I'm drinking my own urine.
That would be hilarious.
I don't know how funny it'll be. Like when I'm doing that stuff, I'm like, I hope it works. If it doesn't,
I would have
well.
so much fun doing that, wouldn't you, Amber?
Yeah, me too. Yes.
Yeah, it's you definitely have to be willing to just have fun in the moment and not care how you look. I'll tell you that. I meant to share this link. I'm going to do it right now. You can talk to me, but I'm a little distracted. So sorry. I'm sharing it finally on my bad movie group.
Go for it. Go for it. Danielle, any questions that you want to ask? Or any advice while we're on?
I don't know. I think I've asked everything that I wanted to so far, but then again, of course, when we hang up, I'll have a million questions in my head. It always happens.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you want to show her your little collection of movies?
Yes.
My collection?
Yes.
Your little collection you showed me and Bill. I think it was either the DVD. Yeah, the DVDs.
Oh, that was like my birthday movie marathon. Every year for my birthday, I invite people over and we start watching movies at 10 a.m. and it's like 7 or 8 movies. Here, hold on. I'll take you over to.
Oh wow, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's huge. But this is the chunk here that we watched
He had
on
some
my
great
birthday.
ones.
We started with King Kong Escapes, and then a cult movie called Tamala 2010, A Punk Cat in Space, which is a really cool Japanese animated movie. And then, anyway, it goes from there. We watched a really bad Wisconsin film called Revenge of Twister, which is like a talking monster truck movie from the 80s. And then we watched what is it? Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. Anyway, it was a fun birthday marathon.
Invisible Man, I love it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just watched it yesterday on my phone. I love it.
I do too. I love all Invisible Man stuff, and I will tell you, this is a little hint. Without getting too specific, one of the 3 movies that we're looking to do is got an Invisible Man part to it. It's got an Invisible Man component to it, and we're excited about making those effects. You know, the invisible, sort of cheesy, practical invisible effects whenever possible.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I haven't had a chance to watch any movies lately with me constantly writing and doing podcasts. I haven't been able to watch any movies lately, but that's okay though because I enjoy what I do. So
Yeah, writing is people don't realize how demanding it is. It's
yep.
I mean, to really do a good job, you got to be able to write every day, and of course, a lot of us don't have the time to do that. So you just got to write whenever you can, but you got to put in the work, and it is work.
Yeah,
but
nobody
if you like
understands
doing it,
exactly when you write something and then you got to go back and read it to make sure that it's what you want.
Yeah, I love not the physical act of writing, which I find difficult, but I love creating. So I love, coming up with and I'm kind of like, I have the most training I have is in screenwriting. That's the thing that I've studied the most, and I know story structure. I know how to break a scene, and I know all that stuff. It's hard. It's just hard to do it. So
It's like for me, I can write stories. I can write stories until the cows come home. But when it comes to actually writing scripts, I can't do that. And I'm like, okay, so how can I write this story and not be able to write a script? I don't understand that. But hey.
Well, scripts are more formal. That's the trick. That's the thing. The scripts have very rigid structure to them, which is not as fun. It's sort of like, writing poetry is formal or writing music is formal. It's like, it has a structure that you need to know, and it's just tough. So I got a phone call. I will ignore it. Yeah. So
I had like 4 of those already I had to ignore.
What's that?
I had 4 phone calls I ignored. I just kept pressing ignore.
Yep.
But yeah, coming up with a story, just like it's free. You can be as wild as you want to be. You can be as creative as you want to be. But then when you want to convert it into a script, there's all these. Okay, granted, all the rules are meant to be broken, but you still need to learn the rules. Like you need to know when to break the rules and when the rules help, and it's just, I don't know. It's not as easy. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's lucky for me that I have a friend named Glenn that's actually a script writer. So he's actually done multiple scripts for multiple movies. So I'm doing the story, he's gonna do the script. So
that's what I'm doing. One of the one that I'm going to direct of the 3 features, the one that I'm directing, we've already got the script as a short, so we're expanding it into a feature, and I've got another writer who is going to do most of the heavy lifting, and then I just, I'll rewrite or tweak it, or he and I will collaborate and rewrite, or he'll rewrite with my notes in mind or whatever. Like we'll pound it out, but he'll do 90% of the heavy lifting, and that's so nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like
That's
when
awesome.
me and Glenn we were talking and whatever, and we came up with this great idea. And he's like, "Well, if you come up with and paint me a story, you know, I got the script. I can do the script." And I'm like, "Cool."
That's great. Well, and I'll say this, you know, having worked on not just Sean's movies, but I've worked on other indie movies. Like, I'm really excited about this movie called Shark Squatch. That it's actually playing this weekend in Japan. It's playing a big shark film festival in Tokyo. Which
Is it like the Sharknado?
yeah, it's kind of like
Oh,
that.
we
They're
don't
actually.
need no more shark movies.
I love the
I
bad
watched
shark.
Sharknado and I thought it was horrible.
Well, my the one that I'm in is called Shark Squatch, and it's part Sasquatch and part shark. It's literally like a shark head on top of a Bigfoot costume.
Oh,
And
dear Jesus.
yeah, but that's playing.
Well, I'll watch it because you're in it. That's the only reason why I'll watch it.
Well, I'm sure the director will love any eyeballs on his project. So
Yeah.
But anyway, I bring it up only to say that, like, having worked on a lot of these low budget movies, like, of course you want to have a good script. A good script, you can attract money, you can attract talent. You know, you get an actor, and then you can get more money, and it's like a good script opens a lot of doors.
Oh yeah.
But I've worked on a lot of sets where the script's not there. I mean, Mistletoe Massacre is a perfect example. There was no script. They didn't send us a script. They had a rough outline. That's all they had. We didn't know what we were doing on set. I mean, literally, I remember I got to set, and then Lauren said to me, will you get naked on camera? And I was like, not for what you guys are paying me. Like, and she's like, don't worry about it. But like whatever, they just were throwing ideas left and right, you know? And my point is is that movie wrong to not have a really great script? Like, I don't know, that movie's done. It's coming out soon, you know? It's like, so I don't know. I could sit here and labor over my screenplay for 10 years and it never gets made. There's something to be said for just getting it made, warts and all. Figuring it out on set. You know, you get to set and you can fix bad dialogue on set. And I can't believe it, to a degree, I can't believe I'm saying that, because writing is my first love. But but now as an actor, I mean, I'd rather get to be on set than never see the script made. So there is a component of, like, just get it done, just get it finished and make the thing, you know?
Right. Any last things that you want to tell the audience while we're here?
Well, let's see here.
If it's, how to do something, or, a contact for somebody. Well, not a contact per se, but like how to get in contact with people if they're trying to look for people.
Yeah.
Or any jobs or anything like that.
Like if someone's an actor and they want to try to break in, or if they're
Yes.
I would say wherever you're at, find the people who are making movies wherever you're at. It's everybody has cameras now. Everybody can edit on their computers now. People are making content. They are making, and now it might be crap. It might be, I don't know, just something that's shot on their phone, a vertical or something that no one's going to see, but they're making it. Get involved with whoever it is that's making shit, and just meet your people and keep going from there. If I guess there's a quote I remember when I forget who said it now, but it was essentially like, film school is not necessarily the best way to get into Hollywood or whatever. And I think that applies more than ever right now. It's like, you don't have to go through the proper channels, whatever those may look like. Just find the people who are doing it and get in the mix. And I hate to say it, but don't be afraid to work for free when you start out. You know,
Right. You got to start somewhere.
Yep. Everybody has to
say
start
yes to everything and just keep doing stuff. I mean, you know, to a degree. You know, don't get
eventually
exploited,
it'll
but,
come.
yeah. And if you you know, again, if you have the kind of money where there's a lot of stuff on Indiegogo or Kickstarter where they have like pay to play kind of roles, and I don't love it. I do not like doing it. But it's kind of the ugly side of this business, and people are doing it, and it's not going anyplace.
Right.
Find the filmmakers that you actually like what they've done in the past, and if they got another project, you know, don't be afraid if you can afford it. Don't kill yourself. But like some of Sean's things, I think he asked like $700 or $800. That's a lot of money for me. You know, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of money to ask somebody. But there's a lot of stuff I've seen where people pay like $100 or $250 or $300. And now then you got to like fly to wherever, like fly to Vegas or whatever they're shooting. So it can be expensive, but you know, I can't say it's the wrong thing to do for some people. For some people, if you can afford it and you just want to get on set and learn, it's a great way to learn. And you can suddenly find you have an acting scene with somebody like Eric Roberts, or you know, somebody who you know their work and they've been in big movies. And so again, I don't fully love it, but at the same time, it's not going anywhere, and it is happening, and it might be right for you. Don't be afraid to look into it.
Well, thank you, Ryan. It's always a pleasure. I enjoyed your company this time and last time. I do want to bring you back on with the guys. I know you and Bill were very strong with each other, so I do want to bring you back one more time for you and Bill.
Bill and I go way back. I feel like I've known Bill for 10 years. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe that's an exaggeration, but I think honestly, I think 10 years. I think it's been 10 years. The pandemic kind of screwed everything up. Everything's a blur. I don't know.
Yeah, everything's a little blur to me as well. Yeah. So don't feel bad. You're not the only one.
One thing I forgot to mention, we were talking earlier about Amityville Toothache, and I definitely want to encourage everyone to check that out.
Absolutely.
So here's my selling point on Amityville Toothache. Because I knew it was going to get released as part of an anthology horror movie, so I knew a lot of people were going to get a chance to see it. I really wanted to make sure it was as good as I could possibly get it. And so as a result, I spent a lot of money to make sure I had like a really good location and as many name actors as I could get. So we got Rena Riffle, who a lot of people don't necessarily know her name, but you've seen her. You've seen her in Showgirls. And you've seen her in Mulholland Drive and just a lot of other stuff. And she's great and she's wonderful. So she's in the movie. And Lorelei Linklater is in it, who I met on the set of Mistletoe Massacre. That's another reason, just when you get on set, you meet people and you network. And, you know, Lorelei, who, you know, her father, of course, makes, he makes Academy Award winning films. I mean, I think he was nominated for 2 movies last year, Richard Linklater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, his filmography is like incredible, you know? And I remember talking with her on Mistletoe Massacre and saying to her, well, you know, because she could do that. She could do the big indie movies, you know, and she does do that stuff too. She does do that stuff. But I'm thinking, well, why are you here on Mistletoe Massacre? Why are you doing, you know, a silly, you know, slasher movie? And she said, what I want to make is like really fucked up, crazy horror movies. And I was like, great, because I like doing that stuff and I'll keep you in mind. And so, you know, I called her up and said, I got a part for you. And so she came out and did it. So anyway, the point is, please do seek out Amityville Toothache. It'll show up eventually on Tubi under the name Amityverse Infinity. the purple poster. And give it a watch because I put a lot of work into that one.
Absolutely, I definitely will. Well, again, I do appreciate you. I do appreciate the viewers, and I appreciate you coming to help me assist tonight, Danielle. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
And
having
I
me
believe
on.
that's going to be all
Great
for
time
tonight.
meeting you.
Thank you,
Yeah, it
and
was
nice
great meeting
meeting
both of you.
you again.
Yeah,
Thank you. Have a nice
absolutely.
night, guys.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.